On this episode, we're working on the X19 fuel injection system. It's an 84. This is all 40 years old. These are the seals that go into the head. Well, the intake manifold. And they're hard. There's a seal there. And then there's a seal on the inside. Everyone's stuck in here. Got it. And then there's a seal that goes on the inside. And this one, it's dried, cracked. Probably some carbon buildup. But you see it slides on right here. So you can get a rebuild kit from, any of the suppliers. We'll order one from Vic's with the seals and stuff. You can also get replacement injectors, and these are all different. So first we're going to pop these seals off. Got it. So here's a good look. You can see how this one's all cracked around the edges. And it's probably not doing its job as well anymore. I mean, I didn't notice any leaks the last time it ran. But last time it ran, we kind of overcooked it. And this is all going to need to be replaced anyway. If we look at this, I'm going to try to, it goes like this in the car. This is your intake fuel source. This is your pressure regulator. And then this is this goes to the cold start valve or something like that. But you can see these hoses are cracked from age, exposure. And like I said, none of it was leaking. And it looks a little intimidating, but it's not. So you're going to need some hose. This is steel braided. If we look on the inside of this hose, that's a bad reading. I already stretched it. We're looking at about 9 millimeters. And then if we look on this hose, we're about 8.7, 8.8, depending. I had another piece of hose, middle hose, but it's deformed. So it's about 8.6. And then just for reference, this is a 1/2 inch hose clamp. So we'll hose clamp, and then hose clamp will slip on here after I trim it. But I'm gonna use these, and then you squish them here with a tool and it tightens up around it. Looks better, holds the same. So first what I want to do is get all these hoses off. We're gonna clean this up. I don't know, probably paint it with some high temperature paint. And then we're going to clean these injectors and make sure they function. You're going to need X-Acto knives because you got to get up inside this little cap over here. And you want to go in from the side, push it in, and then you want to cut along. If you go deep enough, you'll feel the barbs, and when you get past them, And so I got a cut going all the way down like that. And then it might work if you just grab it and twist it. It didn't. But see how it's falling apart? So it's destined for failure. Sooner or later, you're gonna pop a hose and have a really bad day. So this is the injector side. I don't think there's really any bad way to hold this. Just don't break anything. So I'm going in and down because I'm trying to cut right in here at this very tip where it's inserted. You're going to break tips, so have more handy. And then what I'm trying to do is peel it away and break off that section that's still attached. Got it. So here's the old hose. You can see how bad it is on the inside. And then this little thing just comes off. And so here's our whole injector. There's just one little strand. In rust. Got it.
Listen here, baby, can't you hear me sing? Your hard luck woman ain't learned a goddamn thing. Well, you shine so bright and come on strong. One day here and the next day gone. Said you're one day here and the next day gone. Come around here looking for all you can take. Move me so hard, make my poor heart shake. Make my poor heart shake. Chasing you, woman, I'm chasing my tail. Can't catch either, so it's just as well. So it's just as well. Love like that, it can't last long. You're one day here and the next day gone. You're one day here and the next day gone. Lightning in a bottle shines so bright. Seen you, baby, just the other night. I said I seen you, baby, just the other night. Well, listen here, baby, can't you hear me sing? You're a hard luck woman, ain't learned a goddamn thing. Well, you shine so bright and you come on strong. One day here and the next day gone. Well, you're one day here and the next day gone. One day here and the next day gone.
This thing bolts into this thing like that, and then you screw it in, and that's aiming down towards the intake side. Of course, that may be backwards. No, it's not backwards. Only goes on one way, dummy. But you need these seals for vacuum leaks. So if you got a poorly running machine, this vacuum here sets up against the intake, and this seal here sits up against the injector. So you got to seal both sides. I don't know what we're going to do. Hold on. So I got the injectors and stuff over in the sonic cleaner, which keeps turning off, by the way. Don't put boiling water in it. What do you think? You think that's aluminum? So it's metal, that means it's going to rust.
I had a dream the other night. I was dressed up all in black, wearing my finest clothes, riding a brand new Cadillac. 6 strong friends by my side, gonna take up my slack. I ain't gonna wake up, no, I ain't coming back. Deep and cold, down in the graveyard ground, cold and deep. Rest up easy, trouble no more. Always been a fighter, I guess that is my fault. My whole life has been a battle, I finally got caught. Shot down stone cold graveyard dead, trying to rise above. Way too much blind faith, baby, way too little love. I keep some money in my guitar case, save up for the man what dig my grave. 9 foot, 10 foot, 11 foot down, deep and cold in the graveyard ground. Rest up easy, trouble no more. Cold and deep, deep and cold in the graveyard ground. Heaven ain't gonna suit me, angel can't sing no blues. Already been to hell, baby, don't pay that devil my dues. Pull me down deep and cold, where I can get some peace. I can feel the cars roll by, oh Lord, I need some sleep. Rest up easy, cold and deep, deep and cold under the graveyard ground. Dress up easy, trouble no more. 9 foot way too shallow, 10 foot ain't enough, 11 foot will almost do, man. Show me a little love. Pull me down deep and cold, I can get some peace. But a midnight train won't call my name. Well, poor soul, rest in peace. Rest up easy, trouble no more. Rest up easy, deep and cold. Rest up easy, trouble no more. Deep and cold.
So this is the fuel injector off the 84 Bertone. I cleaned them, but I don't know, if it cleaned the inside. But I'm going to show you some of the stuff. So this is where the fuel line comes in. This is the electrical connector. It plugs in like this, and then it shoots fuel out this way. So this little plastic tip will come off. And then you can see the tip of the injector. So it's going to spray fuel, and this is going to throw it out there. This is like a little cover, and it snaps on. And then if this was new, this would go on. This is the O-ring, and then it's going to hold it in place with pressure on this thing, like so. But I ordered new O-rings for both sides, but it has this film on it. So this is, it's metal, it's electrically plated, but it's corroded. So if you're of a certain age, a certain military representation, you know what that is. So we can clean the metal parts with Neverdull and not take the finish off. It just takes a while. So these are the fuel rails from yesterday. After, I don't know what I did. I'd have to look. I hit them with something. Oh, the green scratch pad. Yeah, so after a green scratch pad, then I taped them off, primed them, painted them. This is a metallic finish from Rust-Oleum. because they're metal, they're going to rust. So the paint keeps them from rusting. I mean, otherwise you got to recoat them. And you're going to want to make them face the same way, right? This is technically the outside. And when they're on, there's something like this. I don't know. I don't remember. We'll figure it out. So we're gonna make some sparks. But remember, 50 millimeters in between, 40 millimeters for the rails to the injector. We wrote that down yesterday. 50-40. And then this is fuel out off the regulator, fuel in over here, and then fuel to the, what's that thing called? Cold start valve. So this is steel braided fuel line. And you're not going to cut it with anything but a blade. So the tape helps hold the fiberglass or the fibers down when you're cutting. And it's also a convenient place to put your mark. So the outer diameter of this is around 14 millimeters, a little over ½ inch. So you could use That's a wrong one. These are 15.5, but they shrink down to 12.8. Let's go down. I think we'll make these go up. And then these are just like pliers, but they don't ply on anything. Which just grab them here. Give them a squeeze. So now we're tight. I think they work better than the worm gear stuff. They don't pinch as much. They look better. The only problem with them is they're kind of hard to get off. So you got to pry this lip up and all these things pop off, and then you can take it off. They're not reusable, so you know. But how often are you going to have to replace this? So every 40 years basically. So we should be good for the next 40 years. Let's see. Okay, I like it. Now then, this goes like that. And just like that, we're done. So there, it's all back together. Looks better. This thing goes in here like this. What else did I need on here? Oh, these rubber grommets. So when we get everything back on the car, this goes to fuel out, back. This goes to fuel out, back to tank return. This goes to our, I said it before. This goes to the cold start valve, and then this is fuel in. So it's not hard to do. And let's take a look. So here's what I'll do. I'll grab this one and we'll split it open. So here's the inside of it. It's, you can see where it's all cracked on the inside. So sooner or later it's going to cut loose and you're going to be spraying fuel all over your car and you'll be stopped because you won't have enough pressure to run that injector. So you'll be hitting on 3 cylinders and it'll probably cascade over after that. This was the big hose running to the cold start valve. I mean, you can tell it's not rubbery anymore. It's all dry and hard. So much so that it won't even cut. So you can see this one's all cracked too. It's pretty dried out. Y'all should replace those. 40 millimeters, 50 millimeters. It wasn't hard. If you're not using it, throw it in a bag for later so you don't lose it. And then this is the intake. This is where the cold start valve plugs in. So I painted this to match. You can see it doesn't go on that way. Flip it over. Give yourself some room. For those that are curious, this is the paint I'm using. So I prime it, clean it, prime it, and then paint it, and then clear it. You know, it kind of matches the aluminum color. More so than the fake aluminum paint and the chrome paint. So it looks good. It matches. So that's all for this episode. I'm still waiting on the motor to get done, and then whenever it is, you'll be the first to know. We'll be putting it back together and dropping it in the car. So until then, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.